That's right guys, it's not clickbait. Toon and I were having a serious conversation last night, kid you not, talking about if we're going to give up on our goats. Not give up on farm life, but give up on goats and sell them all off for 300 baht a goat. We've just come to the point where not sure if we could sort of like take much more. And the reasons that sort of like forced the issue for us to even contemplate it was only a week or two ago, the goat man, who has always been the guy who's, well, not always, but one of the main guys that has come and bought goats from our herd, he's actually given up. So he doesn't even raise goats himself now, and he doesn't buy goats to sell to the export sector or to the the Muslim sector. So we thought, flipping heck, if he's giving up, and he's a lot more knowledgeable than us about the current situation out here. I know he got stung a couple of times actually exporting goats and not getting paid for them. We thought, what chance have we got? And there's no other goat farmers left here in our area. Everyone's given up. We're the last stronghold, and we just thought we got to the point where we can't carry on. I mean, it's exhausting, it's time consuming, and we're making chuff all money. Now, for those of you that have been following us on Facebook, you'll see that our regular we're more of a daily post on the Facebook, Toon and Leigh, and also Toon Gallagher's own Facebook profile. You'll see that we did sell one goat. We took the decision to dispatch one and sold the majority of the meat, and we had a really good feast. And we thought that was it. That was probably the last goat that we thought we were ever going to sell. And then about a week ago, just some random trio of guys came and they said we're having a bit of what would we call praying, a bit of a ceremony. I don't think it was going to be slaughter a goat for a demon or anything, but whatever. So they wanted a buckling. So out of the blue, we got another one off the cards. But apart from that's been it, isn't it, Cleo, eh? It's been absolutely dead as a dodo. All right, Chestnut. To give you an idea, I mean, we have been getting phone calls from people to buy the whole herd. They say it's 300 baht per nanny, and looking for a discount if they're buying the whole herd. So we've never entertained it, but say last night we were giving it some serious contemplation. However, believe it or believe it not, we've just sold 10 goats. In an ideal world, we'd have loved some of these nannies to have gone, but goat beggars can't be choosers. Or rather, Thailand's goat farmers can't be choosers at the moment. And yeah, 10 bucklings is like a godsend. So I'm going to walk back up to the buckling house. We've only got 2 left in there. One of them they wanted, which was a Thor. And the other one's a little bit too small, that's Storm. So let's go and see them, and then we'll have a chat about what we're going to do now. It's all up in the air, isn't it? Typical Toon and Leigh in Thailand. On a plus note, the level in the lake is considerably more stable than we thought it was going to be. It is dropping indeed, but quite slowly. Very surprised. Fran's peg. Well, it's in mourning since Fran's gone back to the UK. We're going to push the herd into here when it's not too hot. The weather is ferocious at the minute in the afternoons, although I wouldn't say it's as hot as it can get out here, sort of like low to mid 30s. Yeah, just check out the sky. I haven't photoshopped that. So I have to, I ain't got much in the way of a thatch. I have to keep covered up at all times. Palm nut trees doing fine, all put to bed nicely. They've had extra mulch again. Bananas doing incredibly well, considering we don't water these at all. But the biochar and the goat jelly bean mulch has worked a treat. These haven't been watered at all. Getting a little bit of nibble nobble on them. I can hear Thor, he's not a happy bunny. I've just given him some Celinton flowers to try and cheer him up. But this is why when we ever get people inquiring about buying a goat, and we're like, well, how many goats have you got? If the answer is none, and we're like, well, no, not really. You want to buy at least 2, preferably 3 as a starting point. Goats do not like being alone. So of course, Storm and Thor have been used to being in a herd of 11 here, and now they're a herd of 2. Well, a herd of 1.5, because Storm is he's a youngster, so they're a little bit lost at the moment. They've only been gone about half an hour. Our goat meat price was very good, still the stable standard 80 baht a kg. That's for bucklings under 20 kg. All right, Thor, how we doing, mate? You got all a bit excited, didn't you? Thought you were going. Hey? Hey? No. Promised you we're staying. Can't break me promise, mate. All right, Storm. Luckily, he's a Katin dodger. If he ate as much as the other ones, he would have gone. Only joking. He eats like a pig, really. But he was a bit ill about a month ago, and about 2 months ago, and it knocked him back a bit, so the others overtook him, and he's just starting to put the weight back on. Now it's just the 2 of them, flipping out. He's going to be big, I think. He's from a twin, so he will never be really big. Yeah, so 80 baht a kg for whole live animal buckling price. And not only that, but we had to say goodbye to Sergei, and we didn't get a particularly high price for him, but we thought it's time to stop the hanky-panky on the island. Now, we did ask the guys if they would be interested in buying nannies, regardless of what age, whether they're first pregnancy, second, third, fourth. They said, don't even think about it. 300 baht is the ceiling at the moment, which obviously is confirmed by what we were offered several times recently. They said just hold on, and they'll be coming back to buy more bucklings, because they saw the goats on the island and were like, oh, there's over 70 there. And I think there's 70 there now, and we're like, we don't think so. There's only 2 men over there, or 2 boys, the rest are girls. So this is what we're still up against. So we were talking about just selling the nannies for meat, and they were like, no one's interested. Everyone wants the cream of the crop at the moment. So we got 1,000 baht for Sergei, which, well, I think we've just got to take what we can get, and we did. So yeah, we're still really up against it. We're pretty much stuck at goat farming at the moment, unless we take a massive hit and just clear the majority of them out for 300 baht a pop. So yeah, we'll keep going. I think this has given us a little bit more breathing space. Now what we're going to do here is a little bit up in the air, whether we're going to put Thor back on the island. I mean, he is going to be frisky, but most of the girls are already pregnant out there. But if we could get rid of the 2 bucklings out onto the island, fatten them up out there, then we can now bring this online, this area, for all the teenage girls, and not let them get pregnant. So we could probably put about 30 teenage girls here. I don't know, it's sort of like jiggling it around a bit, but we've got to do something. Just about caught up with the biochar creation. We've still got a pile over there, the bigger diameter wood, and we've finished excavating down here, giving us all the compost that we needed to fill all our raised vegetable beds. You can see we haven't actually finished taking it all away here. The bits that were a bit too rough, we've riddled them out, thrown them on here. We were letting all the bucklings trample them down, and then it'll migrate. We're going to have a good brush up, get all the leaves that have fallen off the government trees here, brush them underneath here, and let the goats continue to work their magic. The old get-in table, well, now we haven't got so many bucklings here, it'll be a bit easier to rectify this. The old posts aren't too bad, they just need realigning. What else? We've got a new compost pile on the go over there. This get-in's drying out, ready for that'll be the next biochar burn. As soon as we've been doing the biochars, it's been going on all the big trees and the banana plants, all the raised beds had it. In here, this has been cleared out, and this is going to be the area for our, or one of the areas for our black soldier fly larvae. So we've got the net in there, the net cage ready in there. So this is going to be filled with totes for the larvae. Over near the house where the crayfish enclosure is, that's going to be the black soldier fly love cage. I haven't just made that up. Quick update on our 6-legged livestock. There's old Fred. All right, mate. Oh, he's changing his skin. All right. How are we doing? I need to get in there without the net, but I'm not brave enough without Toon being here. Can't remember what date it is today. I think they're about a month old, so they should be getting jiggy with it soon. We've put some wet sand in there for them to lay their eggs, and 45 days or so we're going to start munching on them, hopefully sell a few as well. Grasshoppers, lovely. The spent napier and sugarcane leaves that we give them. Also give them some banana leaves. The old hot water shower system is baking hot. Papayas, we're taking care of these to the nth degree at the moment. State of that one up there, ridiculous amount of fruit. And we can never eat as many papaya as trees produce, so we've got more trees than this dotted around the farm. But these surplus are good for the goats, the fish, and black soldier fly larvae and my worms. Garlic chives, we've been going crazy with the dong. This was cut 2 days ago for our latest batch, and yeah, it's looking good. We've just got some random napier and sweet Israel grass in here. I've totally hacked down the stinky cha'om that Toon likes to eat. Don't care, the old edible flower, the Velociraptor flower tree, doing well. Darwin thought he'd got poisoned the other day, thought he was going. He was at death's door, so he's currently got the title of Porpeang death dodger. You mate. Thought you're going to end up in the crayfish pond. Had a few orders of crayfish breeding sets lately, so that's okay. That's pretty steady month by month. It's probably stopping us from starving. It's a good job we haven't got a heating bill. Jesus. Well, our overheads are so low. Apart from Leo, I think it's petrol that is probably our biggest expense. Mulberry bush, this is the sacrificial one. This is the one that Kai Muk always checks when she comes. She's just gone now, so that's why there's 0 on there. Thank you, Kai Muk. The old noni tree, trying to keep Porpeang Farms pecker up. Right then, so that's the enclosure for the crayfish, and the love cage, black soldier fly love cage, is going to be in here, suspended up inside there. Continue clearing round here. Let's show you the veg bed, eh? Been chopping and dropping in here, but that slowed down a little bit now because well, basically we get no rain whatsoever, but the old pipe work is coming up from the mobile solar system there. You can see the gatin round here is still growing really well. We cut that for the goats, just use it as an emergency. Belting sized papayas, yeah, they're all doing well now. They've all got a mixture of biochar and goat muck, and I think as we go along and everywhere's just gradually mulched and fertilised and mulchalised, we'll just start throwing it everywhere. And I've transplanted one of my giant bananas into here. That was about a week ago, and it's taken quite well. Was a bit of a gamble doing it this time of year, but green fingers and all that lot. And yeah, I've transplanted it from here. This is like the biggest banana tree, or plant rather, that we've got on the farm. Or is it a berry? I know the fruit's a berry, isn't it? Okay, so we're solarising this at the minute until we're ready to plant it. Just put the first sowing in here, and this has only just been riddled and filled since Gerard moved his last compost pile, leaving that all free for planting. So when these cool down, because they're quite hot, these piles, we'll level them off and we'll put something big in here, something like the big chilies, or some, what is it, I've had too much sun again, no, aubergines and eggplants, that's it. Oh, something growing already. That's nice. Right, check out my trellis, guys. Check out my trellis. A mixture of eucalyptus and ends of bamboo. And my beans love it. 3 days this has been in, and they're going for the sky. Look at the little walkway going through there. Isn't it beautiful? So hopefully my beans will come all the way up to the top, dangle down, and I can just walk underneath, eating them as I walk. The old moringa, I tell you what, it's good, and I didn't really plan this. As well as it giving a little bit of dappled shade, we get free, well, it's not chop and drop, it's free moringa droppings. But it's probably the most nutritious mulch that you can get. Right, I can't remember what that is. One's like a spring green and one's like a mustard. The dill is ready for picking. We might have our first picking today. We've got a bit of a gap that we walk across. We just keep on putting cassava skin there so we can walk across that. Coriander, I reckon another week we can start picking that. And more greens. Oh, this is it. People come to get the goats, and I was just about to water me seedlings. Loads of coriander, spring greens, bunching onions, dill. We just got some parsley seeds, so they'll be going in. We've got some winged beans. We've got some moonflowers. So all this far edge is going to be trellis work. We've got some more foot-long beans there. I've got cucumbers going across there at the end, so it'll be trellis and trellis all the way down, but we can still access the bed from this side, no problem. So we've been collecting our moringa seed pods. Let's have a look at these. I've been bagsying the ones that are mature. I've been growing some, I've got some seedlings growing. They're about 4 inches tall now. This is what most Thai people like to eat. They're just about to turn over to brown, so that they're as big as they'll get. And they strip the stringy bits off from the outside, cut them into sort of like 2 or 3 inch pieces, boil them up in a curry. What was it? Can't remember what it's called now. Silly man. And then when you eat them, they're still stringy. I like to eat them when they're skinny. And yeah, they're good eating, very healthy for you. Right, what have we got going on? Mulched round all the palms down there with the biochar. We still need about 50 barrow loads of goat manure. All the bananas down there, they have been hammered by that beetle thing that makes the leaves fold over. You can see they're quite yellow as well, some of them. We have been watering them sort of like once every 2 weeks, but they could do with more than that. This is where I've been cutting the bamboo off to make my trellis. We've had taking cuttings off the chopping down some of the eucalyptus for the posts, mulch around the mango, the coconut. Let's have a wander down here. Everything brown. We'll call it not the dry season now in Thailand, it's the brown season. So really it's we only irrigate directly around the trees, but they're doing all right. Last giant lemons. Thought they were just about done apart from this one, and then this little cheeky monkey popped up. I don't know where he'd been hiding. So yeah, he's the last of them. Had some the big red ants. There's a few there. A couple of big nests in there, so took care of them. Yeah, I need to get out here and water the factong. We've got some of them fruit in now. Good way of getting your calories in. More beans, more coriander, more dill, mustard. Got some asparagus there. It's a little bit patchy. Turmeric's starting to go over, I think, but I'm watering it every day. I'm just trying to keep it in there for as long as possible. It's a right old mixture in here. Again, a lot of coriander and dill, a few spring greens, and some more asparagus. So one of my next jobs is to get skinny bits of bamboo and get all this standing upright. See, we've been busy, haven't we? We've been busy making no money. I'll show you my baby moringas. Yeah. So these bottles are finally found a use for them rather than recycling them. These are the bottles that we use for the topping up the deep cycle batteries on the solar system. So from here downwards and here as well, these are all moringa, and I've got some papayas growing in here. Don't know if they're going to be male or female. We'll have to wait and see. A few more asparagus. Porpeang going to seed now. I don't particularly like this, but Toon does, so I'm sure she's going to be throwing these seeds all over the place. By the looks of it, it didn't really like being in direct sun. Nothing to do with me though. Chilli plant that I saved a few months ago in a pot. It wasn't doing very well, just shoved it out here, and it's cracking on now. Same as this one. Good. You get your chilies in semi-shade, they seem to do a bit better. God, Muck's not seen these, has she? Look at these bad boys. Get in there. Superfruit. They're so good. A bit of a windfall, if I don't mind saying myself. Easy to grow. They don't mind acidic soil, which is just as well out here. And you get a lot of foliage. It's very fast growing. And the goats like the branches as well and the leaves. So it's good. Every time they finish fruiting, we hack them down. Pin a few in if we want to grow some more. And give the rest to the goats. And off you go again. About 2 or 3 weeks after you cut it, it generally flowers and fruits again. Easy. Moving on from the mulberries, got the papaya, the how low can you go papaya tree. Nah, doing all right, isn't it? Weird. Right, over here we've got the tyres. We've got the what are they called? Caviar limes. Flowers, can't remember what type. Marigolds, a little bit of asparagus where it's patchy. I'll put flowers in, can't remember the flowers. Asparagus, basil 1, basil 2, basil 3. So 3 different types of basil. More flowers, can't remember what they are. Another caviar lime, another mixed. Lemongrass, dear me. Ornamental mango, no mangoes. And in here what I've done, while it's not currently not ladies' fingers, finger root season. So the rhizomes are in there. This is the kachai. I've planted a couple of watermelons in there, and the same here. Watermelon. I think we've got fat tong as well. Also, we've got some butternut squash. Now, sneakily, I've already watered the vegetables at the back and finished the weeding. It's just that the GoPro turned itself off in the heat. So I'm ahead of schedule. I'm going to stick the kettle on.